Well, just a couple of days after Tynwald Day on July 5th, of course, I'm with the President and thought, as we're at this other event, good to catch up with you. Just really, how did it go this year? I mean, we're obviously weather dependent quite often on how many people turn out, and it looked like the crowds were there this year.
It's a good crowd this year. We were blessed with good weather. Fortunately, it had looked very, very problematic, but we were blessed, and we celebrated Manx National Day in traditional time-honoured fashion, and I'm pretty sure, confident to say it was enjoyed by everyone who went.
Quite something for the new members, I'm guessing.
12 new members of the House of Keys, and of course many of us who have been in Tynwald longer, it was new for us too, because the seating arrangements were different, or we were in different posts, and certainly speaking personally as President, I sat on the hill for the first time as President, which was tremendous. So very, very pleased with the way thing went, because it is the one occasion when the people of the Isle of Man demonstrate to the rest of the world how it is that we're not and never have been part of the United Kingdom. The reason we don't simply send one MP to Westminster like other islands, Isle of Wight for example, is because of our long 1,000-year-old parliamentary tradition established by the Norse, and we must always be very thankful and grateful for that.
It's a day where people are allowed, of course, if they've got something on their minds, to point it out, and yet again another big year for the amount of people who are dissatisfied with things.
Yes, well, the origin of this is way, way back in history, when the original assembly field in St John's, it's where the people would gather, air their grievances, where the Lord of Man would pronounce judgments and so on, and that over the years has evolved into an important parliamentary and constitutional occasion. But it is also the time when members of the public can air grievance or make protest of one sort or another, and there's a long honourable history of that.
We had a different one, of course. We had a silent protest this year. I don't know if you saw it.
I caught a glimpse of it and what I've read about it, but they are entitled to make their political point. It's matters of public interest that they were promoting, so perfectly good. Everyone is welcome.
And as back to the beginning, the weather was on your side, because sometimes it sort of suffers, doesn't it, really?
Well, we've only had, in my been 22 years,
not that many, I know.
2 really wet Tynwalds, but the whole thing must go on. It's not just a case of the pageantry or cutting it short, or you can't do that. It's actually a constitutional function. The reading out of the laws in English and Manx, if that doesn't happen, they cease to take effect. So it's important parliamentary occasion, as well as being a national holiday and a time for the Manx people and all Manx residents to celebrate our nationhood.
Well, while we've been talking, we've been showing a bit of the Tynwald coverage, and of course that's available online. People around the world can watch that on YouTube, I believe, so they can enjoy it still.
Absolutely, and what was particularly good this year, we marked the 600th anniversary of the customary law of 1417, which described the Tynwald Day ceremony for the first time, and it's the earliest Manx statute. We don't have the original, it's been lost, but we've got 18th century copies, and the way everyone has to sit and who has to attend on Tynwald Hill is all there in that document. Even in 1417 it was being described as the constitution of old time. Now the person responsible for handing this down to us was Sir John Stanley II in 1417, and of course the Stanleys became the kings and lords of man for 350 years. So it was particularly good this year that we had Edward Stanley, Lord Derby, the 19th Earl of Derby, whose ancestral home is in Knowsley in Liverpool, came as a special Tynwald Day guest as part of this particular anniversary, so it was great to have him.